Hey everybody. Come here, Steve. You've got your coat on.
I'm working in the background.
No, you're not working in the background. You're working in the kitchen.
Nobody wants me touching their food.
You're not touching their food. You're touching our food. Okay, so I got a wild hair that I'd like to make tortillas. Like, where are you going?
I got stuff.
Get that coat off. You've got to help.
I got to have a coat on. You got.
Are you cold?
Yeah.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe you should go shut the door where we opened it because we got hot.
That probably wouldn't hurt either.
Okay, so I've got this wild hair that I would like to learn how to make fresh tortillas because I really enjoyed them in Mexico. A lady comes to the house that we rent every morning, and she cooks this breakfast, and she makes everything from scratch. It's awesome. And one of the things she makes is homemade tortillas. And so I got a wild hair that I'd like to make it, but you know, I thought, well, I'm gonna make flour because I don't like eating all that corn. It's so bad for you. I mean, corn is just so ridiculously bad for you. What are you doing?
Shh.
Are you crawling on the floor?
I'm not gonna miss your video.
You're not messing up my video. You're supposed to be in the video.
I got something on there that's going after contraband.
Your beer?
Yeah.
You can have a beer. This is a cooking video, and it's a home video. Just goofing off around the house. Okay, go get your beer. I'm always fussing at him. Don't say any bad words teasing while I'm videoing because he'll do it every freaking time.
In all honesty, I worked over 20 years in the steel plant.
Does that give you permission to say bad words when you're teasing?
No, it means I got ingrained bad habits.
Oh, I see. So there's
It comes
nothing.
naturally to me.
So there's nothing to be done about it.
Oh, God bless you.
Anyway, so I thought to myself, I don't want to use corn and everything. But then I found out that the Spanish people of at least Mexico have discovered how to make corn edible. You can actually derive nutrition from the cornmeal in Mexico because they discovered that it was bad for you and undigestible and went straight to fat. And so when you buy this right here, which is gluten-free, they have processed the corn in such a way naturally to cause it to be digestible and consumable by your body. In other words, you can actually get nutrition from it. So I said, I jumped right on the bandwagon, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I'm putting a cup of this. Are you going to carry it over there and put it in front of the screen so they can read it? You have to walk over there.
I can't see it. My eyes ain't that good.
You got your glasses on.
Can't see it. Lighting's too poor. There it is.
But it's gluten-free, and it's called Masseca, and it's 2 letters out of whack. I don't know if it's one word or not.
It is one word.
But in any case, I'm going to try making some cornmeal out of it. What do you think? I mean, cornmeal that would...
cornmeal.
Huh?
That is cornmeal.
No, I'm sorry. I'm going to try making some cornbread out of it. Okay, so... this is instant. It's supposed to have the salt, the baking powder, and all that kind of stuff in it, and it was all I could find at the Mexican store. And I've been heating me a little bit of water so that it's hot, and I'm going to cut it off now, rear, alright, and I'm getting my griddles hot. I've got 2 iron skillets, and they say you just do them dry. You don't have to put any oil in there. Okay, so what you do is you put a little bit, and it's supposed to be 1 cup of flour can use, it said, up to 1.25 cups of water. And you just put a little bit at a time because you can get you can put more water in there, but you can't take it out. Isn't that right, Bud?
That's right. Not
Yeah.
easily either.
So this is going to be our first time to try it. Do you want to tell them the story about where we got the press?
We got the press from a hardware store in Mexico that sold farm equipment and fence supplies and tequila, because they sell tequila in hardware stores in Mexico.
Hey, you want to go get that bottle of tequila? No, Mexican brandy. And
Is that
show
where
it to
come
them?
from? Where's
Yeah,
that?
it's in that cabinet where we keep the shot glasses. You know what? I have used
I miss my gaming light.
2/3 a cup of water, and this looks perfect to me. I mean,
Proof that Mexico is a civilized country. You won't find this at Lowe's.
well, what's it called? Torr what?
Torres 5 Imperial Brandy.
Torres 5 Imperial Brand.
And it's Nakiti in 1928. Si so si so yo.
You know, I think I must have got the recipe wrong because
It's a product of Spain. It's a product of Espanol, not Mexico. Espanol.
oh, that was imported to Mexico from Spain?
I believe so. Well, my Spanish ain't too good. But yeah, it's got a map of where it come from.
Well,
Right by France.
yep.
That'd be Spain, ain't Spain and France right beside each other.
All right, so this dough is like Play-Doh. It's a little sticky, and so you're supposed to let it rest for 15 minutes. This would be my first time to make it. Let me show you. And anyway, so I used 2/3 of a cup of water with 1 cup of dough, so I think maybe it was supposed to be, see, it's very Play-Doh-ish. There we go. I wish I had better light right here, but I don't. Anyway, so see, it's like Play-Doh. So that must have been 2 cups of flour for 1 1/4 water. And so now I just take and put a clean, oh, that one would be better, a clean towel over it and let it sit for 15 minutes. And so while that's sitting for 15 minutes, I'm going to show you the other thing I'm up to as soon as I wash my hands. Are you still drinking your beer?
Yeah, I was contemplating the nature of the universe and why Spain in Spanish is called Espanol and we call it Spain. So if you're in Spain, you say, I'm from Espanol.
I guess. I don't know.
Kind of strange. Well, what they call us.
Oh, it's not American. It's not English. Well, besides gringo. that's a slang name, gringo. So I'm gonna set this over here and get it out of the way. But anyway, I wanted to show you what else I was up to. Am I in there? Yeah, there I am. It's just so dark I can't even see myself on the
I
screen.
don't know what to do. There's light bulb missing right there. I don't know if that helps.
Well, maybe you could find one. All right, so I've got limes, tomatoes. I've got a bell pepper, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. It's not very Spanish. Jalapenos, garlic, avocado, cilantro, and tomatillos. I don't say it exactly right. 2 big ones. And I think I said onion. And I'm going to make a salsa. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take and I'm going to take the skin, the paper skin, off of the tomatillas. Now, if you wanted to make a really nice verde sauce, that's what they make with these tomatillas. And they use tomatillas, and I know I'm not saying it right, and jalapenos or serrano peppers, or whatever kind of pepper you want, depending on how hot you want it, and everything. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a sauce to go on my pork chops that's going in the oven that will make them sort of Spanish. And so what I got to do is I've got to roast my vegetables, and you can boil, but everybody seems to think that the roasting is much better. So I'm going to take my tomatoes and my tomatillas or whatever, and my jalapenos that I'm going to put in this sauce, and I'm going to roast it. I'm not going to roast my garlic. It's something you could do, but I'm putting them in the oven to roast them on broil. So I figure that I don't need to put, they'll get lost in there in the oven in my big old pan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these. I've got the oven on 500 degrees, and I'm literally just going to take the 2 tomatillas, which are big ones, so you'd be like 4 to 6 with you, 4 tomatoes and 2 jalapeno peppers, and I'm going to put them on a sheet pan that stays in my oven like for a drip pan to roast on 500 degrees, and I'm going to cut it down if they start cooking too fast or burning too much. But you want to see some burnt places on them, and you want these to turn to a light yellow. So, and then the tomatoes, you may see some burnt spots on them as well, but you want to see the skin getting all cooked and a little crackly, and you want these to not burst, but to just turn yellow. And also possibly have some black spots on them. You don't want them solid black. And that's what that looks like. And they're sort of wiggling of their own accord, those tomatoes. I think it's the water content of 2 of them, but we'll see. So I'm just going to keep broiling those until they're nice and toasty. Okay, and now this is black beans. And they have been soaking, and these soak out really fast. These are already soft and ready for cooking, and I've just got to rinse them several times, and these are going to be ready for making refried beans. Okay, so I've got that cup of beans in, and I'm putting in a teaspoon of salt, and you can't put any fats, even any kind of spice, things like that, just don't hold up well. Oh. I need the ring. Would you wash the ring for me? I forgot it. Anyway, so I've got, and I'm just gonna sit that on there because the ring's been out, and as that begins to boil, it will cause that seal to get hot and swell, and then I can seal it up. Where's my jiggler? There's my jiggler. Flour has had time to would you look at our vegetables and see if they look black or anything? And
they look black.
What do they look like?
They smell good.
They smell. Are they
I don't know. There's
cooking?
Stuff oozing out of them.
There's stuff oozing out of them?
Water.
Oh yeah. Well, they're not done yet. And the tomatoes may get done before the other stuff does. Okay. So,
Facebook notification.
the dough is now very Play-Doh, not sticky to the hand, perfect. And I'm going to go with small balls because I'm just learning how to do this. But I thought y'all might enjoy this. I just did. So anyway, so I've got my new, I bought this in the hardware store where we got that liquor. This is the press that I bought, and it's very heavy. So now I'm going to bring the camera up, and I'm going to put it where you can see more what I'm doing. put non-stick spray, but it looks like the kids ate us out of house and home on the non-stick spray. And they said put it in a dry pan, but I think it needs to be in a seasoned dry pan. How about y'all? So that's my thoughts on the subject. Let's try another one. Let's see if we can get them right. Were they good?
Yeah, they tasted good.
They tasted good? Alright.
So it tasted about like
So about 3/4 back. And then and ta-da. Oh, I lost a little piece of that one. Oh, and it didn't go in flat. I swear. I guess you learn these things as you go. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah. Yeah or no.
Say yeah or no?
Either you learn it or you don't.
I'll have to say, those Spanish ladies on TV made it look really, really easy.
They've only been doing it since they were 2 years old.
I know. But they said put it on medium heat, and I had it on medium heat, and that griddle was burning these tortillas. So,
Well, they're steak.
aha, I got a sizzle, just like they said. I got it on 2. And this one here is just functified, but I bet it'll still taste good, even if it's the wrong color.
Had something in it, it tastes good.
Well, I'm working on making the stuff to put in it. Are you gonna eat? Yeah, you're supposed to, like, right when it starts looking translucent, and it don't look translucent to me.
I don't think it's going to ever look translucent.
You don't? Ah, these are nice. Okay, so see, nice and steamy, so I should be able to now close that. There we go. And put my jiggler on. They taste good, but they're brittle because they were cooked on too high heat.
Oh, they're both brittle. And they corn
No, hers was so soft and delicate. Remember? Oh, now it's doing good stuff. Maybe I figured this out. This one here, I don't know if there's any hope for that. We're gonna be stuffed eating all the rejects before dinner. Anyway, so it's let's see if it's brown on the bottom. Yeah, it was starting to have a few little brown. Oh, there it goes! Look, it's blowing up.
You just got to flip it enough times. Now what? You wait till it explodes?
You let it blow up like that, and then you let it cook for a few more seconds, blowed up. And I even saw them pick them up and turn them over, blowed up. And then they go back down, and you can touch them and say, okay, we're done with you. And then ta-da, it's done. And oh, let me show you. But this one still has some little crispy places in it, so I'm not getting them perfect yet. I'm still overcooking them a little bit.
Already.
Anyway, so that's the kitchen fun I'm having. If you want to keep watching, just hang on. We're going to do something else silly. Okay.
You want me to zoom in? It's zoomed out right now.
Okay.
I can zoom in.
If it would be beneficial. You see how well it's cooked on that one side. And now we're turning it over. And the tomatoes have cooked really nicely, but have not got brown yet. The tortillas are brown on one side, but they're getting a lot of moisture from the tomatoes. And so I'm going to move them back behind them and put them back to cooking. I got these things on 500 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to put my 4 roasted tomatoes in my blender and my 2 jalapenos, but I'm going to take the stem out. I didn't notice I had left those on. and my 2 tomatillos, or tomatitas. I'm going to pull the stems off of these. There we go. And put those in there. And that's what we're going to make our sauce out of. Okay, so in here is what you already saw. Plus, I've got 6 cloves of garlic, a handful of cilantro, and a onion cut up into quarters. A large onion, about that big. Not massive, but a big yellow onion. You can use purple onion. And then I'm going to put the juice of a lime in here. Or try. I may have to cut that up into smaller pieces. Or it may be that this lime is dehydrated. Let me see. Alright. Now, I've got a cup of water here. I just put a little bit in there just to see if we can get it started. We don't want too much because it's going to have a lot of moisture. Oh, I do have it plugged up. Yes. There we go. And now we have a nice little salsa to pour over our food to let it cook. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add the juice of another lime because these limes are quite dried out. And I'm not getting very much juice out of them. I just bought them. But they really should be more juicy than they are. And the lime juice acts as a tenderizer. There we go. Okay, and now we're going to put about a teaspoon of salt in there, and I dropped my spoon, so I'm going to stir it up this way. And if you don't want it to be as hot as this is, take the seeds out of the jalapeno, cut it in half and take the seeds out, and then roast it without the seeds. But me and Steve likes it hot. And so now I'm going to pour the sauce on my meat, enough to cover almost. There's one little square there. There we go. And the rest of this we'll use at the table as a salsa. And but this I'll cover with tin foil and put in the oven and bake on 450 until done. Okay, so like I took my beans, I kept 1/4 of the water. They cooked for 20 minutes pressure cooking, and now I'm gonna pulse them. Yeah, I like a few chunks, so this will be good. Alright, so now I'm going to put the beans back in here. Now I'm going to put a little bit of lard in there. I'm going to put the rest of it in my pan where I was making those tortillas. And then I'm going to start cooking this and season it to taste. And so you have to watch about cooking it on too high heat though. I may put a little bit of onion in there and just season it up. Salt, pepper, garlic. Okay, so I've got 5 cloves of garlic finely diced, an onion, and 1/4 of a large jalapeno seeds included. And I'm putting this in my beans that are lightly boiling. And this is going to make some awesome refried beans. And I've got to add salt and pepper to taste, and possibly a little bit of water. And right now it's just needing to be cut down on low and reduce the heat, because if you get it to boiling too much and it gets too thick, it'll definitely stick. I'm just going to stick a lid on this and let it simmer. Okay, so this is one of my favorite dishes from Mexico. We called it the green chicken shit. And that's what the locals pretty much call it, is the green chicken shit. And that are American, the ones that live there.
They call it the green what?
Green chicken shit. And it's loved by those Americans. But basically, you take the stem, and if you want to take these seeds out, it won't be as hot. But I like it hot, baby. I like it hot.
Some like it hot. No.
And so, that's 2 jalapenos, okay? And then you basically just pull you a wad of cilantro off, and cut the more stiffer stems. So see, there's just a wad of cilantro. Okay. Okay, and oh, I forgot about had this little high 3/4 of a pepper. All right. I'm gonna get my recipe. Okay. And 1/2 of an onion. Now they use red onion. But I don't have red onion. All I have is yellow onion, and I'm they had a little bit they're making a little bit larger bowl than me, so I'm using 1/2 of a small onion. And I'm just quartering it and putting it in there. All right. Now we need some garlic. Here we go. And this can also be done in a food processor. And you can put less garlic in it, but I'm a garlic freak. And so I like me some garlic. And so therefore, we're getting a lot of garlic in this here dish. Yeah. Yeah, take it to the bedroom so you'll have privacy from the recorder. And if it's for me...
It's going to be for you.
Oh, if it's that lady, tell her that Bridget finally got back to me.
Hey. What you doing?
We're recording. Can you take it to the bedroom? It was for me.
Kim's in here. She's making some kind of thing on video. She's cooking on video.
I'm cooking on a video. Did you hear that? 1. And I guess you saw how.
She felt bad. I
2.
Well over mine, but she felt bad this morning that she took some of those Mexican pills. The ones.
Can you take that to the bedroom so it won't be on the video, Steve? Okay, so I've got, let's see what else I gotta put in there. I gotta make sure I get it right. Okay, so garlic, jalapenos, red onion, but I'm using white, cilantro, and then the juice of a lime. And I like very limey. I mean, you know, I like that tanginess of a lime. So if you don't, use only half of a lime. But the lime helps keep it, the citrus in the lime acts as a natural preservant. So that's one of the reasons that you want to put this on here. Was that my mama?
It was.
I thought it might be my mama.
Worried about you.
I've been puny. I have not been well. All right. And one more thing, I think. Yes, olive oil. For what I'm doing, it's 1/4 of a cup. Alright, so the original recipe, and I'm not using as much, is 1/2 cup of cilantro, 1/2 cup of red onion, 5 jalapenos, large, de-seeded if you don't want it so hot, 3 garlic cloves, and I put like 6 in the smaller version, and the lime, 1 juice of the lime, and I put the whole lime in there because I like it limey, and 1/2 cup of olive oil. I did 1/4. If it needs more olive oil, I'll do it when I'm pureeing it. And so, let's go do it. Okay. Alright, and now I'm going to push everything that's not gotten in there down in there while I've got it off. Don't get this in your eyes. Okay, that is it, and it is hot, and I'm going to enjoy every minute of that. Okay, I think I have finally got the tortilla thing going. I have got it on what have I got it on? Like 7, which is pretty hot.
What kind of stove?
And this is a glass top stove, and this is the big eye, but not the eye that does little or big. And I'm getting a light sizzle. I'm getting bubbles right away in it, and a little smoke around it like when you're cooking a pancake. And you just cook it for a short period of time until it gets to curling up around the edges, which it's just started. Let's see if it'll flip. Okay, and I've got some brown spots on that, so that's good. My shape is a little off, but you can't have everything. And that's a pretty hot, you know, dry pan, although I've oiled it up a little bit, you know, just at one time. I don't know if this one's gonna blow up. The other one blew up a little bit, but not like they blow up, you know, like you see on the videos and stuff. So, flip it over. Oh, yeah, see, it's blowing up. It's not blowing up as much, though, but I've got a crack in this one, so it's gonna let air out. It's blowing up some, and which is good. So it maybe I need to have it even hotter. And then you flip it over one more time, and you want at least to have one side brown. So that looks done. So there you go. Now we're going to enjoy those little boogers. The pork that cooked in the salsa, I cut it up into slices, so it's perfect to put in their tortillas. Plus you can put some of the juice on there, and you can put that on the stovetop and boil down the juice and use it that way if you want to. Here's the beans with the onions and the garlic, and I added salt. And I got avocado. Oh, that looks good. Don't that look good, baby?
Avocado.
And I got some country fried steak from yesterday's dinner.
That looks good.
And I've got a whole bunch of homemade tortillas in here. They look pretty good, but I've not perfected it yet. So here, there's you the first one. Make you a tortilla. Alright, and we've got cilantro and the chicken, the green chicken chit, and the regular salsa, and cheese, and beans. And we got tequila and beer.
Yeah.
The first thing you're going to do, though, is you're going to try put some of the pork. Okay?
She's mean.
Why? You don't like
Save me, America.
Oh, wait a minute. And with just a little bit of beans, because you don't like them, so that way you can...
You don't like them, therefore you must eat them.
Well, I made them different, and you might happen to absolutely like them. You never know. So just try it one time,
No,
and
don't
then
mess with the wine.
I know that's your tequila lime. But when you're doing this, and you need a little bit of cilantro.
What's that?
For your plate. Let's see.
No,
People-
it's cilantro. Is
Cilantro?
there a plant called a cilantro plant?
It's like parsley, only it's a Spanish version.
That might be
And there's, I'm putting some lime over it. And now, you gotta try it.
You gotta put some of that hot sauce.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
What kind?
I put the not as completely hot as the chicken shit, since you were trying beans for the first time that I've made. And let's see what you think of that.
I think I finally discovered the spice I don't like in Mexico.
You finally discovered the spice that you don't like in Mexico?
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
I think maybe that cilantro.
Yeah, but I never saw anything with cilantro in it that you
They
ate.
used it because it's in everything down there. That taste is in everything down there.
Cilantro is, huh?
I don't know if it's cilantro I tasted it. Maybe something else.
Well, how good is it on a scale of 1 to 10?
It's good.
Yeah?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
All right. I guess that's as good as you're going to get out of a man that don't normally eat beans.
And cilantro.
And cilantro?